Well, pretty even game. In fourth quarter, we got off to a great start. Matherin got us off to a great start. I think a 5-point lead, and just were able to kind of keep chipping away at them. We're showing some signs of some improvement defensively. 50-point second half's pretty good against this team that can score. But got real contributions from 10 guys, and got to keep working on getting better every day.
Big change in this from first to second on the glass. Because I think 15 second chance points in the first half, 4 in the second half. What do you guys feel like got better there?
Well, we talked about it at halftime. Oubre had 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. We did a much better job on him, keeping him off the glass and taking away his easy baskets. We just got more physical. When you're sitting on a 3 out of 4 win streak at home for 3 days, sometimes it's hard to keep an edge. We didn't get off to a great start in the game, but our focus and concentration improved as the game went on, and there were a lot of important parts. The run at the end of this first half was huge. We had a 5 or 6-0 run to cut it to 3, and it had been we'd been down by as many as 12 or 13, I think. So that was big when Buddy had the lay in, gave us some momentum, and then and I thought, the Miles, Ty pick and roll combination really was effective. I think Miles had 5 or 5 dunks, and just those guys made a lot of good things happen.
Miles, I think this is 4th straight double-double matches, like career high consecutively. Again, it seems like it just keeps coming back to him doing the simple things. Again, is that how he's just getting his consistency by just keep doing that?
The message to our whole team is dominate the simple. Like a great example of that tonight was O'Shea Brissett. He just was workmanlike out there. He was on point with every defensive assignment. He was crashing at exactly the right times. He had 2 or 3 open looks at threes, knocked them in, got to the free throw line one time. I mean, those are winning plays, and so we got some guys, younger guys that are learning what this is all about. We're such a culture that's so focused on stats and highlights and points that developing a culture with a young team of doing the right things can be challenging, but we have guys that are willing to listen, and they adjust, and they're being held accountable by their teammates and the coaching staff, and so we're making some progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but we're seeing some good things.
How valuable for that is that for them when they get down? I mean, again, they had a 13-point deficit the other night, they had a 13-point deficit tonight. They end up with double-digit wins. Does dominating the simple make it easy for them to not get, look at those deficits as bigger than they are?
The key thing for us is defense and rebounding. When we do our assignments defensively and crash the defensive boards hard, so many good things happen. The other thing that happened in this game that we adjusted well to was, we were a 1 or 2 pass shot team in the first half, and in the second half, worked the game much better. Got into the 3rd, 4th pass, the 2nd and 3rd action, and it just makes a world of difference in terms of putting pressure on their defense.
Andrew obviously draws a pretty tough assignment with LMelo. I think he's plus 20 tonight. He's 5 or 6 midfielders. Where do you like what he did last week?
He'd played more if he wasn't in foul trouble. And this is where you get a young player with wisdom beyond his years, toughness, a feel for the game, and a ball mover and an energy giver. I mean, that guy can contribute. On our team right now, he happens to be starting because he's earned the opportunity. And we talked about the playmaking aspect before the game. If you can keep multiple playmakers in the game, it's huge in this league. But again, I go back to the beginning of the fourth. Mathurin had a little bit of a frustrating night up to that point, but he just stayed in it. I think he went 6 or 7 or 8 straight points to start the fourth and got us a little bit of a lead, and that was big for us. So we're going to find more ways to get the ball into his hands, because he can cause some real problems for the defense. But overall, I like the way we adjusted as the game went on. We're not throwing any parties. It's one game. We're above 500 for the first time in a long time, which is great. But this is work. If we want to keep winning, we're going to have to keep an edge. We're going to have to keep giving each other energy and keep doing the simple things well.
Last thing you mentioned just Tyrese and how well he was working with Terry Rozier. How did you see him get better throughout this game? Taking some big shots at the end.
Yeah, when we're at home, we tend to play faster from start to finish. You get on the road, you find 1 or 2 things that are working well from an execution standpoint. You got to be able to execute half court as well, and his job in the pick and roll with Miles really was a game changer. I think we were up 2, and Mike Weiner suggested that we continue to look at that, and we did, and Ty just kept delivering. He kept delivering passes for dunks, or plays to get guys shots, and he hit a huge 3 in front of their bench, which was probably the shot that sealed the game.
All good? Thank you.